1,200 prisoners already. We've seen on the streets how people are arrested and beaten. And most importantly, I think this repression is going to continue. He is now officially trying to even get Maria Corina Machado arrested, Edmundo Gonzalez, the elected president, elected. And so I think this is going to continue for a while. And largely, again, if you look at this from the perspective of how Washington sees it, Washington recognizes Edmundo Gonzalez as the president. And Moscow recognizes Maduro as the president. And I think in some measure we have to kind of take this out of just simply looking at it as an internal Venezuelan matter and kind of put it in a geopolitical context. And so I think Maduro believes that he can outlast the opposition. He believes that he can basically survive this. After all, he's survived now that regime has survived about 25 years of sanctions. And so continuing with sanctions is not going to solve the problem. It's not going to force Maduro to resign. There are some voices that are calling for a new round of elections, but a new round of elections will probably just confirm that the opposition will win again. So from Maduro's point of view, I think it's moving toward the consolidation of a now even, a much more rigid authoritarian regime, and trying to hope that his support from Russia and China and Iran is enough to offset the pressures from the United States and its allies.
Okay, let's compare then the support that both of these different parties have right now. As you mentioned, Maduro has the support from Russia, China, and Edmundo Gonzalez has the support from the U.S. When we look at it in a geopolitical situation and an overview, as you were just mentioning, how do those two different sides kind of compare when it comes to what ultimately is going to happen in Venezuela and who ultimately is going to be president?
Well, one of the more difficult things about the system in Venezuela is that the winner of this electoral round is not going to be sworn in until January. So there's a 6-month period of transition, right? Now, you also have to understand that Maduro basically controls not only the electoral tribunal, he controls the Congress, he controls the judiciary, he controls the armed forces. So all of the real power contenders are in Maduro's hands. The opposition has no recourse but the streets, no recourse but really trying to get support from outside forces, trying to get support from other Latin American countries. The Organization of American States, for example, met this week and actually tried to vote, right, forcing the Maduro government to turn over the official tallies, right? But it was unable to get a majority. Only 17 countries voted in favor of trying to force Maduro to do this. So he still has support, in the hemisphere. Small Caribbean nations, Nicaragua and Bolivia. So he was unable to secure even the support of the most important regional organization. So Maria Corina was. So what you have now is essentially